Hello, welcome to Group 9. We are doing Immoral Medical Procedures by Anthony, Kurt, and myself. Everyone has imperfections. This is due to our imperfect human nature. We handle our individual uniqueness in various ways. There are good ways like accepting who you are. However, there are evil ways such as immoral medical procedures that people use to discard of their disfigurations or unattractiveness. There are many different immoral medical procedures such as plastic surgery, sex change, breast implants. These examples are evil due to the fact humans are playing God and not being grateful for what God has given them. There is yet another immoral medical procedure that is not done to humans but animals. This is the VID00019 test and is an example of unethical and cruel tests. This test involves using albino rabbits to test for skin products safety. As a result, millions die daily of skin infections. Alright, over to Kurt.
Plastic surgery would be permissible by the church even though it's without significant therapeutical effect, provided that the damage a significant good and provided that the procedure is not intrinsically immoral. Plastic surgery would be impermissible if the damage was to damage the greater good achieved. It would be a venial sin if the differences between the good and the bad were light, but a mortal sin if the damages between the evil and the good were grave. Goods that can be damaged by plastic surgery are one's physical, psychological, and spiritual health. They may also involve others by financially unable to provide for one's family in a proper time or manner. Always, if a medical procedure is intrinsically immoral, such as transgendering surgeries, it cannot be performed. Another example of the church being against is direct sterilization. Direct sterilization and contraceptions of a man or a woman to prevent procreation is always gravely immoral. This is wrong because it is a direct violation of the design God built into the human race, also known as natural law. However, legitimate sterilization is morally acceptable. For example, removing a woman's ovaries because of cancer in this organ. Stem cell research is another example that the church is against. Stem cell research, however, there are many examples. The church is for adult stem cell research, which mainly includes drawing bone marrow, umbilical cord stem cell research, which includes drawing blood from the umbilical cord after the baby has been born, and also amniotic fluid that surrounds the baby in the womb. The church is for all of these and has publicly supported it from the start. However, the church is against embryonic stem cell research. This is because, number one, the preparation of umbilical or embryonic stem cells of a living embryo requires the destruction of the embryo, which the church teaches is gravely immoral. Second, some scientists have used cloning to produce embryos in order to harvest the stem cells. While these embryos are not created in a normal manner, the church recognizes that these two are living and the destruction of these is gravely immoral. Third, the church opposes the use of embryonic stem cells lines that already exist for the same reason that she opposes the creation of new lines. Those lines began with the destruction of innocent human life. It doesn't matter whether scientific advances made through stem cell research may be good. The church always teaches that you can never do evil to produce a greater good. This is why they are against embryonic stem cell research, because it is destroying innocent human life. Now we're to Anthony.
A specific example of a immoral medical procedure is about a woman named Hang Miyuku, who was so addicted to plastic surgery. Hang is currently a 48-year-old woman who had an obsession which led her to inject cooking oil into her face. Hang received her first plastic surgery when she was 28 years old and continued to receive facial reconstruction throughout 20 years. After a few operations, Hang was left with a disfigured face. Every surgeon she visited to fix the disfigured face refused to operate on her, which led her to inject cooking oil into her face. Her face became so devastating that she was on the Korean TV and people donated money to her so she could get her face reduced in size. During the first procedure to reduce the size of her face, the surgeons removed 60 grams of foreign substances in her face and 200 grams from her neck. And that is all for Group 9.